All right, folks, what's up, everybody? Joe White here. Um, I will not be doing a New Search Live podcast this week, and the reason being is just because I don't have time. I mean, I don't have time to sit here and edit. I don't have time to sit here and just chop Saki away at the keyboard, editing and all that good stuff. So I wanted to go ahead and get a quick Royal Rumble predictions video. By the way, the NXT show last night was awesome, and I'm going to have a number of things to say about that coming up on the podcast next weekend. I will have next weekend off. I will have every weekend off now for the foreseeable future until things change at my new job, until they do another shift bid, and when they do a new shift bid, I'll have a new schedule. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you that next week on the show, we're going to talk a little bit about the Royal Rumble winner, whoever that is, and whatever the case may be with them. We're going to talk a little bit about, what that means for WrestleMania, which is the biggest show of the year. As far as pro wrestling goes, yes, you can argue the Tokyo Dome show is bigger, but I think WrestleMania is still, it's the brand. WrestleMania sells itself at this point. But we're going to go ahead and get right into the Royal Rumble predictions now. Sasha Banks, we're going to start with the pre-show. Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax. Golly. I know that they're cooling off Sasha to give her, because she's probably going to have something big to do at Mania. And also at this point with Sasha Banks, I kind of think that they believe that maybe she's a little bit injury prone. Sasha versus Nia Jax, Sasha's got to go over here. If Nia Jax goes over, then it puts her in the prime spot to go after Charlotte or somebody else with the title. I'll get to more of that here in a minute. Cesaro and Sheamus versus Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Cesaro and Sheamus really just got the tag team titles. They bury Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson at every fucking chance they get. So I honestly think that I see Cesaro and Sheamus retaining here, sadly. I would like to see Gallows and Anderson get it, but Becky Lynch, Nikki Bella, and Naomi versus Alexa Bliss, Mickie James, and Natalya. It makes no sense to have Mickie James do the La Luchadora bit only for her to lose. And it also makes no sense for me, in my opinion, to debut her, have her, oh, it's Mickie James, she's back, and then stick her on a pre-show match. Yeah. So I honestly think Bliss, Mickie James, and the crazy cat lady, Natalya, go over here. Kicking off the show, I can honestly see them, I mean, I'm going down in no particular order here. I could see them kicking off the show with one of the championship matches. But I won't do it just yet. As far as match orders for this thing goes, who knows? But Rich Swann versus Neville is the next match I have here on my list here for the Cruiserweight Championship match. Neville's got to go over here. Sorry, Neville adds credibility to the division. He makes that division. He's the most interesting person in that division. They've tried so hard to get this 205 Live thing going over and all this going over. To me, they just did not do as good of a job as they should have. And the problem with all this is that Vince McMahon once again has taken a Triple H creation and made it his creation. And as I've said before, we all know what happens when Vince McMahon gets his hands on something that's good. He ruins it. Charlotte Flair, I should say, versus Bayley, because they're back to calling her Charlotte Flair again. Bayley's just not over. And this is what everybody was talking about when she got to the main roster, that her character, she had the potential to be the female John Cena. She really did. That whole character down in NXT, everybody got behind her. Everybody was with her. You're going to see a very smart Mark crowd tonight, so you're going to hear, hey, we want some Bayley and all that crap. But I just see Charlotte going over. The streak on pay-per-view is going to continue. Moving on here, Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns. Chris Jericho will be suspended in a shark cage above the ring. They did this with NXT back when they had Ellerling in the shark cage, with him throwing down the chain. I look for something like that to happen here, and I look for Kevin Owens to retain. Everybody keeps saying that, oh my God, they're going to give it to Reigns. Oh my God, they're going to give it to Reigns. I hope not. Why? Because Reigns is booed. And all these people like Dave Scher and Mike Johnson and everybody else, why does he get booed? He's really good. I don't understand why these fans keep booing him. It's because they don't like the guy. It's plain simple. It's because WWE from day one has shoved this guy. Ever since the Shield disbanded, they have shoveled this guy down our throats. And the internet is not one. The internet crowd, the internet fans, smart fans, hell, even fans in general, who are like, look, we should be deciding where your company goes a little bit, not you telling us what you think we want. And that's Vince McMahon's biggest flaw. Vince McMahon thinks he knows what we want better than we do. He thinks we want Roman Reigns. We don't want Roman Reigns. From the time he won that Royal Rumble over Daniel Bryan, for all the way up until, hell, like I said, till the time the Shield disbanded, going then, and then the time where he won the Royal Rumble and the suffering succotash and the I'm not that bad guy, I'm not a good guy, I'm the guy. It's just a matter of us trying to buck the system and get WWE to wake up. It's not going to happen. It's probably not going to work, but we're still going to keep trying, and we're still going to boo the fuck out of what Vince McMahon thinks. So that's the short answer I could give to it. I mean, it's the only logical answer I could give to it. AJ Styles versus John Cena for the WWE Championship match. Everybody's sitting there going, they didn't make a reference to John Cena tying Flair's record. They don't need to here because if John Cena wins, he's going to do it the next night on Raw. I hope AJ goes over. I hate Cena. I can't stand Cena. The promo he cut last Tuesday on SmackDown was a little bit heelish for the smart marks. And I said it on Twitter. I think they may found a way to have John Cena make that turn, and because John Cena's main thing is, I don't want to turn heel because if I turn heel, what the hell are the people who have been booing going to do? They're going to cheer me. No, we'd still boo you. You suck. We'd still boo you. So I think that they finally found a way for him to, hey, if he trashes that indie scene. If he tries to put himself above all that, then maybe we have a chance to, get the smarks to hate him, even if we do turn him heel. They could do a double turn in this match. I think what you do here is you do the double turn. You do, do a Brett and Austin. Do a Brett and Austin with this thing right here. Can it be done? Yes, it can be done with these two. If anybody else could do it in this company, it's AJ Styles and John Cena could pull off the old switcheroo. And that leads me into the Royal Rumble match because if they do the switcheroo here, who do I think is going to win the Rumble? Taker. Who do I want to win the Rumble? Taker. So my idea of their booking plus what I want is aligning this year for the first time in a while. And for the first time in about maybe 3 or 4 years, you don't know who's going to win this thing. It was so evident the last 3 or 4 years who was going to win this. But this year, it's anybody's ball game. And leading back to the John Cena, AJ Styles thing, I think you have middle of the match. I want to say you open with the women. And then you go to Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns. Have the Cruiserweights cool it off. AJ versus John Cena. Then you do reverse that. I think you have AJ versus John Cena open. Charlotte Flair and Bayley, Kevin Owens and Roman, cool it off with Rich Swann and Neville, and that leads into the Royal Rumble match, kind of. It could work like that. But if you do that double turn with John Cena and AJ, which I don't think is going to happen, a lot of people are going, no, it's a lot of merchandise. Really? I'm so sick of the merchandise reason being the reason that John Cena is not turning. I'm so sick of hearing it. But if they do that double turn, then you have John Cena come down and maybe fuck with somebody like Taker during the match or something. Have maybe Taker, John Cena eliminate Taker. And then you're off to the running with WrestleMania with those two, with John Cena being the heel. If they don't go that route and Taker's not, I'm telling you right now, I think Taker's going to win because I don't think they're going to do the double turn. But if it was me booking it, I do the double turn with Cena and Styles. Styles is now a babyface. It could go off into the chamber as a babyface. Cena is now a heel. And I think Cena maybe could go and Maybe Cena could go off and do his own thing. You know, Cena is now a heel. Cena fucks with Taker. You know, Cena and Taker set. Does Cena and Taker at WrestleMania need the title? No, because what I think is also going to happen is, and this is just me bouncing shit off the wall, I could seriously see Samoa Joe entering the Rumble. He doesn't win the Rumble, but he enters the Rumble. And then at Elimination Chamber, you have Dolph. I think you maybe throw Dolph Ziggler in there, John Cena, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe. So that's 4. Who else has really been feuding for that title? Let's see. Ziggler, Joe, Styles, Cena. I don't know. That's another show. But you go off to the Elimination Chamber match. Styles maybe wins it in there. And then you do like a number 1 contenders match on SmackDown. Samoa Joe wins it. And you have Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles for that belt at WrestleMania. Maybe Nakamura comes in there and gets it. And we get Styles versus Nakamura at Mania for that belt. There's a ton of, that's what I love about this year's Rumble. There's a ton of places they could go. Entrants for the Rumble that have been announced, 22 of the 30 have been announced. On the Raw side, you got Goldberg, Lesnar, Big E, Kofi, Xavier Woods, Chris Jericho, Braun Strowman, Cesaro, Sheamus. Wait a minute. If they're defending their tag titles on the, well, that's on the pre-show. Okay, that gives them validity to come back later. I really never have liked it when they had like 1998 and 99. They had a bunch of guys in matches on the undercard, and oh, they're back later in the Rumble. I didn't like that. It makes sense, but me personally, I don't like it. Big Show, Sami Zayn, Big Cass, and Rusev are all in the Rumble for the Raw side. For the SmackDown side, you got Baron Corbin, Dean Ambrose, The Miz, Dolph Ziggler, Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton, Luke Harper, and Mojo Rawley. Ugh. Please let Mojo Rawley be number 1. Have Mojo be number 1 and have Lesnar be like 2 and just destroy his ass. Come on. Taker's unassigned because he's been on both Raw and SmackDown. So that's 22. There's 8 guys. Don't know if there's any surprises tonight. Don't know if there's any kind of anything else going on here. But yeah, that's what I think is going to happen in the Rumble here. Short little video, like I said, about maybe 12 minutes long. I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you after the Rumble.